So, I don't know if you guys remember me, but I'm Chad John. I'm the one that's trying to help you all out there, and well as myself, for the bad practices that Schwab does. So, on this one, be Chapter 1, Act 2, is how they swindle women. They sidestep the men, and they attack the women. Now, no offense, you older women or elderly women, they take advantage of the grandmas first because they know that they probably have grandkids to go see or doctor's appointments. The other ones that they do is if a lady comes in with kids, they try to do the same thing to them. But the worst one is when they don't see that ring, because that's when they figure they can just totally take advantage of you. Now, the bad part about all this is guaranteed 80% of the crew that's doing this doesn't even know what they're selling. So I'm recommending to everybody out there, take your car to another shop after Les Schwab looks at it. Get another idea, get another quote, get another reassurance, put it that way. Because when I left Les Schwab under their circumstances, I worked for a tire factory for about 6 months or so, and I saw Les Schwab quote after quote after quote, and none of them needed parts. From there, I took my career to O'Reilly, running there as assistant manager, same thing. Les Schwab ones come in, it's like, I don't know what's going on. All I know is everybody out there needs to be careful. They don't check your trucks right. They don't check the suspension right. I mean, when I worked there, when we did work in the shop, we had to literally take a reading off of what was bad. So ball joints, tie rod ends, pitman arm. And then you have to go talk to the customer and show them what you found. Then you take the customer to go visually show them. Not just writing numbers in and telling the customer. It's not right. Their practices are not right. They don't torque your struts, your shocks, your brake calipers. The only things they really torque for Les Schwab is your wheels and drive axles. Other than that, good luck. When they do stuff like a lift kit, everything's hanging in the air. Same as doing other vehicles. When you do a lift kit and it's hanging down like this, and they just run them down with a gun, it does not handle the truck very well. And so when the truck goes onto the rack for an alignment, the alignment tech should have loosened all the bolts, let the truck settle, and then retorque. Never happens. Truck comes back for retort, same thing. Run them down with a gun. Yep, you're good. Their practices are just not safe at all. They're playing Russian roulette with your lives. Every single one of you. You take your car in there, who knows if you're going to get the bullet and have an accident or blow out tires and get ripped off, or you're going to be the one that luckily gets half of your mileage out of your tires. There's so much more that I can prove and share that I just don't understand why a stand-up company should be a stand-up company. I was raised with morals from a man that wasn't even my father. I was kicked to the system when I was 3 years old. And yet, everything you can think of happened to me. Beating, molestation, mental. I've had PSTD since I was 3 years old. And when I was 6, I died from a drowning accident. That increased my PTSD. And it just kept growing. And it grew. So where last year, 2 days after Valentine's Day, the day that's supposed to be the best day of the year, I lost my wife. Sudden heart attack. My 2 boys just lost their mother. And we're being attacked for the second time. And that blue car right there is my late wife's awesome little Suzuki that I helped her pay off. So, me being a loving husband, I bought her wheels and tires because I worked at Les Schwab. Got it all put on, had William align it. And it wasn't too shortly after that, both rear tires were down to the cords and they blew out. I mean, right there on Stevens, my wife pulls out a Conoco and bam, both rear tires blow out. So I run over there, I get the car parked, and both front tires had massive inside wear and the steel belts were showing. Now, the worst part about all this is management wouldn't let me work on my wife's car, which really pissed me off because my not even 1-year-old was in the back seat when this happened, and she was also pregnant with my youngest in her stomach. Now, if this would have happened on the freeway, honestly, I wouldn't have cared about my career. The only reason I couldn't do anything is because I had to support, and I willingly and wanted to support my wife and my kids. So I couldn't touch Les Schwab then. But now, after all this happens, after my wife and I get a car that I can reliably drive because my other one's down, and I take the Les Schwab to align it, and they screw up my car. The tech was rude, told me not to tell him how to do his job. He didn't pull the rear pins on the plates. He put cheater bolts in my struts. I mean, the list goes on and on. This tech needs to be taken care of and handled properly. Now, I got so much more. This video is going to be like hours and hours long, and I can't give away all my information, especially if I'm going to write a book. So, I think we're out for now. Again, my name's Chad John. Can you do that email thing, like for questions? So, like, you guys can send me pictures and questions, and like I said, I'll get through them best and fast as I can. Like I said, no offense to my partners here, but I'm a single father with 2 kids and trying to build a company for my kids. So, they actually own a company. They're 50-50. So, you know, trying to create something out of so many nightmares, and Les Schwab to pull this. Again, second time. So, people, please take my advice. Take your car somewhere else. Because the biggest reason Les Schwab does that is the alignment center is what makes them money, not the tire side. That's the biggest reason why they cheat you up. So, I'm thinking a little highlight from chapter 2, Act 1 will be the bait and switch, which they do all the time on brakes and struts and stuff. So that'll be covered in chapter 2. So, until then, have a good day. Peace out.